Hi everyone, my name is Angela, this is Paperbacks Galore, and today I'm going to be doing the booktube newbie tag. The first question is, why did you start this channel? I actually started this channel because, this is going to sound so weird, but my husband was out of town and I was home alone and I was really freaked out about being home alone, and I had this thought of what if I just started making booktube videos. I've been watching booktube for years and I've been so obsessed with it, and I was like, well, what if I just made a video? What if I just did it? And it was so fun. It really turned on that creative part of my brain that had been stagnant for so long, and I've just been doing it ever since. I did have kind of a bad day where I got really emo and deleted 5 of my videos, which is really sad, but I'm not gonna delete anymore. And yeah, so I just created this channel because I love booktube and this is just really fun for me. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? I don't know. I mean, obviously every single reader has different opinions and tastes and hot takes about books, and I think that's the best part of booktube. A lot of the booktubers that I love aren't even people who share a similar reading taste to me, so I think my unique reading taste and what books I appreciate and what books I don't like is, gonna add something to the world of booktube. I'm also hoping to kind of do my own kind of challenge vlogs, which of course isn't my original idea. There's tons of booktubers who do reading challenges of some sort, but I have a couple ideas that I've never seen before that I really want to do, and I'm just looking forward to I don't know, just sharing my thoughts, which hopefully are a bit unique. The third question is, what are you most excited for with this channel? And for me, I think it's vlogs. Vlogs are my favorite kind of content to watch. I haven't made any yet, but I'm really hoping to kick off my very first vlog this month, and I'm gonna read my first Robin Hobb book, and I'm gonna start vlogging my experience, and I'm really nervous about it because I think I always kind of took vlogging for granted, but now that I'm preparing to do it, I know how much, I can guess how much work goes into it and how much effort and specificity goes into everything, so I'm really excited. And I'm also really excited, like I said, to do challenge vlogs, just to kind of manipulate my reading in a way that follows some sort of challenge or attempt at something new, and I think those are the most interesting vlogs to watch in general, so I'm super excited. Number 4 is, why do you love reading? Which is a huge question. I've been reading for fun ever since I learned how to read, and I think the family members in my life really encouraged me to read, and luckily it was just something that I really loved. For me, I'm someone whose brain is able to picture things while I read, and so being able to create these worlds in my head and kind of escape into them has been really a place of refuge for me over the past 25 years. I mean, minus however many years it took me to learn to read. Yeah, just escapism, but I also don't want to be the kind of reader who only reads for escapism. I also like to read to learn and to familiarize myself with different types of people from around the world, from different perspectives and backgrounds. So I think a combination of those two reasons. Again, I don't want to be the kind of person who only reads for fun. I also want to enjoy things that are going to make me smarter and more empathetic. What book series got you into reading is the 5th question, and I love this question because it makes me reflect back on my childhood and what books I was reading. And I remember reading a lot of Junie B. Jones. I remember I really loved the Ramona Quimby series, which I think was written in the 60s or something, which is so random for me to have been reading in the early 2000s. Percy Jackson was a big one that I was really obsessed with. That was a bit later. That was 4th or 5th grade when I started that, but that's one of the series that really made me obsessed with reading, especially with fantasy. But I I kind of feel like Junie B. Jones. I feel like Diary of a Wimpy Kid was really big for me as well. And oh, also the Click series, which was so toxic. Let me know if you read that as a kid. It was just about these snobby rich girls who were horrible to each other, and for some reason I loved those so much. Question number 7 is about which challenges do I think will be the hardest to overcome in terms of starting a booktube channel. And for me, that's definitely the technology part. I really have, like, you know how people have like a green thumb? Like, I don't have like the technology thumb. Like, I'm not good at it. My brain just like shuts down when I'm supposed to be learning about things. So for me, like, being able to edit, I'm really proud of myself for what I can already do. Obviously, there's so much more to learn. Also with Photoshop, I really suck at Photoshop, so I think the technological challenges and also talking to the camera, I can talk to myself all day long, but talking to the camera is still a little intimidating for me. Question number 8 is when did you start reading? And I kind of already answered this, but I've been reading ever since I was, able to read for fun. And I studied English in college, so I was reading a lot for school, and when I graduated from college, I kind of had this resurgence of reading fun books and genre fiction. I had been reading a lot of classics and short stories and excerpts from anthologies for school, and so getting back into like fun books has been really, really wonderful. Question number 9 is where do you read? And I will show you that in just a second. This is the spot where I read most often. I have a cozy little reading nook across from my bookshelves. Shout out to these adorable photos that I got from this artist. It's a peach cat and a strawberry dinosaur. I'm obsessed. Question number 10 is what kind of books do you like to read? So I thought I'd show off a few of my favorite books from last year to start with. So we have A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, which is fantasy that's very whimsical and lyrical and Scottish inspired. We have Divine Rivals, also by Rebecca Ross, which is a YA fantasy that kind of takes a mix of World War I vibes and a war against gods, add in some journalism and some romance, and it's incredible. Also, Legendborn, which is another YA fantasy having to do with the Knights of the Round Table and a young black girl studying at a university in South Carolina or North Carolina. So as you can see, I love fantasy. I also love reading historical fiction, mystery, classics, and romance. I occasionally will dip my toe into some YA, some horror, some nonfiction like memoirs, and then books about social issues, and occasionally I will read a thriller. The only genre that I really don't ever read is sci-fi, and I'd really like to change that this year. I also don't read a lot of middle grade. I've been rereading the Percy Jackson series, and I plan on rereading the Heroes of Olympus series, but that's pretty much the only middle grade that I've been consuming, so let me know if you think there are any middle grade books that are worth reading for people in their mid-20s. And question 11 is, what does your book collection look like? This is my TBR cart, which is a little more full than I would like it to be. These are the bookshelves that are in my bedroom. Some of these are unread books and a lot of these are read books. And down here I'm actually pressing some flowers with these books in the bottom right, so usually they wouldn't be faced out like that. Quick break for an adorable cat. Say hi, Mittens! And my other adorable cat, Jessica. And last but not least, these are the books that I have in my living room. We have my favorite book of all time, Jane Eyre. I have these really cool little mushroom fairy lights that I got recently. I'm obsessed with them. Most of these books I have read, but some of them are unread. And then one of my all-time favorite series, Anne of Green Gables. And then my husband's Legos, of course. Thank you so much for watching me do the BookTube newbie challenge. Let me know if you have any videos you'd like to see from me, and I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!